There were more than 54,000 confirmed child abuse victims in Texas in 2022. That is according to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. And that ranges from neglect to child trafficking. And that is where the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center is stepping in. So joining me to talk about their new campaigns for Child Abuse Prevention Month is Lori Allen, who is the president and CEO of the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We were chatting in the commercial break. I am very familiar with the work that you all do. It is absolutely incredible, but we know that not everyone is. So can you tell us what the Advocacy Center does and the key role that you all play for these children?
Yeah, Dallas Children's Advocacy Center has been a part of the community for now 35 years this year. And our role is to really help improve the lives of children who have been affected by child abuse and to be a national leader in the field of child maltreatment.
What do you think would surprise people about how prevalent of an issue this is?
I really do think that people don't realize the prevalence until they're personally impacted. And unfortunately, there are so many who at some point in their lives that are interacting with someone 1 to 18 will have an interaction of child maltreatment of some form where a child has been impacted by crime and they need some intervention services. And really this data started coming out in the late 2000s where we really started seeing the correlation of problems that we have in society related to health outcomes and maladaptive behaviors and the experience of trauma while in childhood.
When we talk about impact, I mean, even just that first number that we just heard is so stunning. And I know in Texas we have a lot of people, but still that number is so high. Are there any specific trends? I know with society we change, we have social media, we have different things. What trends are you all seeing in this space right now?
Well, of course, the digital platform is getting accessibility. It's just enhancing that ability for people who intend to do harm to gain access to children to do harm. So we've been doing a lot at DCAC, educating parents on how to keep their children safe. And the first place to start is conversations. This is not a topic that we can keep shrouded in secrecy and shame. And for so long, it was just kind of one of those things that we didn't talk about in America and really across the globe. And now over the last 2 decades, and you see really the Children's Advocacy Centers and the movement taking shape and taking form, we are combating and we're having conversations just like today so that no longer are these things hidden in the dark and we're bringing them to light. And we really want to empower parents to have these very important conversations with their children, not only about online safety, but about just their safety and having an opportunity to know, listen, this is a safe place. We want to be able to discuss things that impact you, and we always have the door open. And that's so important. And thankfully, we have great resources at dcac.org. If parents don't know where to start, we can give you some guidance.
See, that was my next question, because I know for some people starting that conversation is difficult. So that is such a great resource. I do want to ask you about the Advocacy Center's Pinwheel Garden campaign, because I know awareness is so important. What is that all about?
So the Pinwheels for Prevention is something that started years ago, and pinwheels are really a symbol of what every childhood should be. Should be whimsical and joyful and really that carefree, just kind of flowing in the wind, right? And we really want to bring the awareness about and creating great childhoods. And so when you see the pinwheels across the community, it's symbolic of that opportunity to bring joy and create childhoods that are great.
And it really does take all of us. And I know, I guess my last question for you, whether it's, participating in Pinwheel, that campaign, how do we get involved? Because I know people hear these stories and it can be really deflating to know that this is going on, but people have an opportunity to help you all out, support the mission you're doing. How do they do that?
So I've been involved in the work for 20 years and I'm a very happy, optimistic person. So even though it's a tough topic, it's one of the most purposeful things that you can do. And it's that bringing hope and healing and giving that voice to a child that needs to be heard. And there's lots of ways to get involved. You can get involved by volunteering. You can get involved by contributing into our, ever needed Advocacy Center and resources as this need continues to grow. But start on our website at dcac.org, get connected, come to some of our classes and learn more about how you can be one with courage for so many children here in North Texas.
Thank you. Thank you for the work that you all are doing, life-changing, life-saving work. It is so important. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.